Hello, it's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life, 100%, coming to you doing the Dreams of Gaia Tarot today for a morning spiritual message. I hope all of you are having a good morning and getting out into nature today. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for our message this morning. Please like, subscribe, and share if you find this message helpful. Thank you for tuning in. So let's just call on the angels, ascended masters, spirit guides, ancestors, Mother Mary Magdalene, Jesus Christ, Great Mystery and Great Spirit, for this spiritual message today. I just call on my spirits and my angels and ascended masters and ancestors, and I ask them to help me clear my mind, my sight, my hearing, my voice, and my heart for a clear message today on what this collective needs to know most. Sorry, I just kind of whacked this. For this day, for this Tuesday. So there's the Maiden and the Two of Earth. I just drew her for the heart of my spread. So I hope all of you are having a good morning, and I hope this reading helps you in whatever way that you need help. And that you can help, this can help you up, and you can apply this to your day. Hit that like button if you find this helpful. Just gonna give these a good couple shuffles. I've lit a candle for us over here. Okay, one more shuffle, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, Spirit, what is the main energy at the heart of this collective that I may be reading for? What is the heart of the energy of this collective that I may be reading for? The main energy at the heart of this spread for this collective I'm reading for today, Spirit. Okay. So this is a beautiful card. I think it's the Ace of Fire. Okay, so we'll just kind of go through this. So at the heart of this energy is the main energy for this spread, and this is a fire element. And, oh, nope, it's not the Ace of Fire. I'm wrong. I think it's the Five of Fire, actually. Nope. Wrong again. Okay. We're going to get there eventually here. It is the Five of Fire. No, he's an X. I looked at the V. Okay, hold on. Must be the full moon energy, because I just can't seem to... It's the Ten of Fire. He's the Ten of Fire. All of his chakras are lit up. He's got like a fire stick in his hand. He's got fire blazing behind him. Look at the beams of light coming from his third eye. So that's some pretty powerful energy. So that's what is at the heart of this spread. And it looks like there's a horse behind him. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a horse right there. And then like a hawk or an eagle up at the top there. So that's a pretty cool card. It's like a portal. So let's see what this guy says. So doing, self-mastery, mastery, evolution, enlightenment, light work, and light being, and discipline, mastery of both craft and self. Take command of yourself and life. Take responsibility for your actions. Don't be a slave to outside forces. Order, structure, and simplicity. Be disciplined and dedicated. Stop making excuses and act. You can do anything you set your mind to, and act upon. So that's a good reminder for me, because I was feeling a little rattled about some things going on in my personal life today. And I just have to remember that I can do anything that I put my mind to it, as long as I'm taking those action steps and having self-discipline and continue doing my light work, and knowing that I am attaining self-mastery, and it's not something easy. And I'm going through transition, and I'm mastering myself and my craft. So I don't know if you can relate to that, but the heart of this spread is this energy right here. You're mastering your self-mastery, and maybe coming to the awareness that you're a light being, and that you don't have to be a slave to outside forces anymore, that you can take command of yourself and your life, and do anything you set your mind to, as long as you're taking those action steps. So stop making excuses and act. So what happened in my day yesterday is all the more reason of why I just need to keep following my spiritual path, and do my own thing and make money doing it, because I know that's what I'm going to do, be most happy. So sometimes we think bad things are happening, and really it's just a more of a reason to go in the direction that we want to. So yeah, I'm tired of being a slave to the Amazon. So anyway, yeah, I've just been too exhausted to even enjoy my days off. So I don't know if all of you can relate to that, but it just reminds me of why I need to do what I love to do, not what I have to do, in order to pay bills. Because if I'm doing something I don't love, then I'm just depleted and exhausted. So what is in the subconscious mind of this collective I might be reading for today, Spirit? What's in the conscious mind of this collective I might be reading for today, Spirit? What's in the conscious mind for this collective, Spirit? Okay. So this came upside down. So maybe you were unconscious of it, but now you're conscious. So I'm going to turn that right side up because it came upside down. So maybe you're just now becoming conscious of this. And this is a major arcana. So let's see, this man has a staff, and it looks like there's a snake going up to it. He's got a medicine bag around his neck, and a medicine bag around a pouch around his waist. And there's this little frog looking up at him. And another little frog behind him on this stone relic. He looks really serious. Yeah, he has a really intense look on his face. I don't know if you can see him. But that was in your unconscious mind, that you're now conscious, is what that tells me, because it came upside down. So it's moving to your conscious. So this is healing. So you're aware of your healing and need for healing, and you're working on your healing. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm very conscious of that. Maybe you're just now becoming aware of it, and you're really acting upon it, which is a good thing, because we all have healing to do if we choose to do that. I find that it works for me, just because I know I feel better when I'm feeling more healed, and seeking ways to heal myself and release, from trauma, and purify my mind, body, and spirit, and seek forgiveness. Sometimes it was really difficult for me to forgive myself for transgressions, mistakes I've made in my past. I think forgiving myself was the hardest thing I ever did in recovering from alcohol and drug abuse and physical abuse. Forgiving myself for putting myself in abusive situations when I knew better. So So we're definitely going through a transformation, and you may be having an infection that you're healing from. So to be human is to be wounded. We're all wounded in some way, shape, or form, but it's our job to make this healing conscious, be conscious that we do need healing. And time to connect to your mind, body, and soul and let go of the definitions and labels. Nurture passions and seek pleasure, authenticity, honesty, and laughter. Find the source of dis-ease and distress. Do what's necessary to increase well-being. You need to forgive. Because when you don't forgive, it just eats you alive from the inside out. So do not dwell on the unchangeable past. There's nothing you can do about the past. It's gone. It's over. All you have is today. So make today the best day of your life. That even though yesterday sucked ass, I'm going to make today the best day of my life and keep it moving, and keep working on my healing. I'm not going to let it get me down. So I'm shifting my attention to my healing. And hopefully you are too. So do not allow your pain to hurt others. Seek treatment. Do not be afraid. So maybe you're just now becoming conscious that your pain was hurting others. And maybe you're having a hard time forgiving yourself for that. But you are aware of it now and you're working on it. So good job. I'm doing the same thing. It's not easy. It's not easy to admit you're wrong. Or that you've fallen short. But that's the honest and forthright thing to do. We're human. It's part of our transformation and forgiving ourselves and others for transgressions. If we keep hanging on to those resentments, it just eats us up from the inside out and makes us sick. So what is in the past energy for this collective? Okay. I think this is the Queen of Water, but I'm not sure. Oops. Oh, it's the Counselor of Water. So in the past, this is your past energy. The Counselor of Water. So there's two big whales down here at the bottom, a star right here on her throat chakra, a heart here on her third eye. So she's a counselor of emotion. That is in your past energy. So the Counselor of Water is empathetic, wise, objective, advice, trustworthy, emotional, understanding, clarity, and sharing. A time of questions and mixed emotions. Seek objective counsel. Look beyond the words to the emotions. Mixed or confused emotions. Listen, hear. Hear. An emotionally complex situation. A lack of empathy. An opportunity for understanding. Be receptive, not rejecting. Are feelings preventing a resolution? So maybe something in your past, you needed to get objective, somebody that's outside of the shitstorm, whatever family dilemma you may be having. Sometimes you have to seek outside counsel because they're not all emotionally enmeshed and entangled into the shitstorm that may be going on. They don't have the emotion that's connected to, and they can see things that you can't. So it's good to seek advice from elders that are in their wisdom, that can see things. That way you can acknowledge that where maybe you have felt like you were the problem, that maybe you're not the problem. Maybe it's just a big storm of toxicity and you're just trying to survive it. So it's an emotionally complex situation that lacks empathy. So this is an opportunity for understanding to call upon this counselor of water, whatever elder that might be, that's wise, empathetic, and objective for advice that's trustworthy, that's emotionally balanced and understanding. Somebody that has clarity, that can share, wisdom from maybe some experience that they've experienced in their past that's helped them be a counselor of emotion. So, that's what I get from that card, and that's in your past energy. So, yeah, just be prepared to hear what they're saying and listen. I'm working on that too. So, we're all just right where we are in our healing journey on the sacred path. So, it's progress, not perfection. Even the little bits of progress. So, Spirit, what is the immediate energy for this collective that I'm reading for? The immediate energy for the immediate future. The immediate future for this collective energy read I'm doing today. If we stay the course and call upon our wise elders to be the counselor of emotion to help us on our journey. What is the immediate future? Okay. So we drew another another water element. I think this is the Queen of Water, which is so funny because I thought that was the Queen of Water. So XIII, yep, Queen of Water. So if we call upon this counselor of emotion that's balanced and has an objective opinion and advice, we can be like the Queen of Water in our immediate future, because we will come back into a loving heart that's compassionate, empathetic, sensitive, vulnerable, romantic, intuitive, and we will have emotional honesty, whether the other person does or not. All we can do is work on ourselves and hope that being a good example for others helps inspire them. So trust in your feelings and senses. Look beyond the surface. A bright and positive outcome. To show vulnerability is to show strength. Are you overextending emotionally? So that's a good question to ask yourself, because I know I've done that in the past. I've invested way too much emotionally in unhealthy, toxic relationships, um, family relationships, past lovers. So just be aware that you're not overextending emotionally, because that can just be emotionally draining on you if it's not being reciprocated to you. So be the embodiment of love, withdrawing love as punishment. So that hurts. I hate it when people do that. That's a really shitty behavior that I don't really appreciate. So I do try to be the embodiment of love. But that doesn't mean you have to be a sucker motherfucker, you know? So use your common sense. So you can withdraw and set up healthy boundaries. That's not punishment. That's being self-aware and proactive, and putting up healthy boundaries. Because if you were overextending emotionally, it's emotionally draining you. So that's healthy, and it's not selfish. It is your it's self-preservation. So yeah. So use your common sense. What is in the long-term future for this collective if we continue to use our common sense and not overly invest emotionally into unhealthy situations? And call upon the counselor of emotion for an objective opinion. Okay, so I just got a whole pile here. So, long-term future is youth, which is a major arcana. So, we will reconnect with our youth because of our healing, and investing in an emotional counselor, or an emotional counselor that has an objective opinion, so that we can be sure not to over invest emotionally in situations that are not reciprocal, so that we can reconnect with our own youthful spirit. And long-term future is adventure, new horizons, excitement, independence, freedom, rebellion, impulsiveness, loyalty, and compromise. So you just have to be careful that you're not making impulsive choices, because that will affect your long term future. And to stay loyal to yourself, and you're only as free as you want to be. And every day can be an adventure, a quest for an adventure. So just sometimes just going hiking through the woods and finding little plants or mushrooms or different, I call them treasures, but you can do that, and it's free and it's exciting to me. So maybe you enjoy things like that. Um, it helps you live in the moment, and rather than taking those actions without thought, you can make sure that you're putting thought into whatever action that you're doing, and you're putting heart into whatever action you're doing, rather than making those unconscious choices that are impulsive and acting without thought. So, defying tradition and conformity, greater the risk, greater the reward. Assert your independence, embrace individuality, a new direction, freedom from fear and doubts, a time of conflict or turmoil. So, you may run into conflict or turmoil because people don't like it that you're reconnecting with your youthful spirit, that you're not overly emotionally investing in them anymore, and that's going to piss them off. And sometimes they aren't going to like that you set up boundaries, because they're used to just rolling all over you and emotionally shitting all over you. So, or emotionally manipulating you. So, not everybody's going to like it that you're changing and healing, but that's their problem. So, communication and compromise. So, you can still compromise and communicate, but that doesn't mean that you put aside your own feelings and needs in order to people please. So, address your own desires and reconnect with this youthful spirit for long term, happiness and adventure. So, this is what is in the conscious mind, which is another major arcana. Excuse me. And this is knowledge. So your conscious mind is knowledgeable. Knowledge, skills, understanding, training. So maybe you're doing some sort of new training and educating yourself, and you're putting it into you're using your practical experience. We exist to learn as we learn to exist. Knowledge is power. And then when you turn that knowledge into wisdom, that's even more powerful, because no one can take that away from you. It gives you skill. As long as you show gratitude for that wisdom that you've gained through the knowledge that you have um, sought out to learn through educating yourself and training yourself. A time, okay, so don't limit your potential for learning. A time of new study and learning, an opportunity to learn about people and the world. Surround yourself with books and information. Excuse me. Bias and its influence. Improve upon the knowledge that you have, learning that aids future goals, and then share your knowledge and the skills that are acquired through practice. So you have to do, it has to be something that you do daily, um, or have some sort of practice. You have to keep practicing. It's a spiritual practice. That's what I do every day. Connect with spirit. I did my own spiritual read this morning. I try to calm myself, even when life is a total shit show. And remember that I do have. There goes my cardinal. He just was peeping. There he goes. See, that's my spiritual acknowledgement. The cardinals speak to me. That was spirit saying, I am connecting with spirit, and it's so funny how spirit works in my life. It's really a beautiful thing. So I'm taking my knowledge and I'm turning it into wisdom, and I'm learning from my past experiences. Through the knowledge that I've gained through having toxic, unhealthy, relationships, and what I've learned, trudging along on this path, and know that I'm not going to know everything, and I can still have that youthful spirit, and I can still learn more. You're never too old to learn, and then take that knowledge and turn it into wisdom and apply it in your own life, and then help others. So I just have to keep practicing it. It's not something that poof all of a sudden happens overnight. It's something that you have to keep doing. So I'm working on that too. So I hope you guys are too. And in our repression energy is this death and rebirth, but it's upside down. So maybe you're allowing a rebirth, um, is what that tells me. It's upside down. So endings, beginnings, cycles, transformation, transmutation, change, and growth. Let go of the past. The future is unknowable. Change is unavoidable. There is no going back. Allow yourself to mourn. Death and rebirth is a gradual process. Shed your skin, the dark night of the soul. Allow innocence to be reborn. Focus on the short term future. A change in beliefs, attitude, or behavior. Everything has its season. So, this is upside down. So, let's see here. Repression is a potential blockage. This is an energy or influence that you are avoiding or is in need of strengthening in order to help make your dreams a reality. Whether this card falls upright or reversed, this card symbolizes something that needs addressing as it has too much or too little influence over you. So, maybe you're focusing way too much on death and rebirth, or you're preventing the death of the old and allowing the new cycle to begin. I know I'm guilty of that. You just keep beating the dead horse and thinking that it's going to get better, and you change and other people don't, and sometimes you have to leave them behind. And as sad as and scary as that can be, sometimes that's what's necessary, and it's gradual, and it's part of our allowing our innocence to be reborn. So you're changing your beliefs and your attitudes and behavior, and other people around you may not be, your family, your lover, or your partner, whatever. um, and you have to let go of that past in order to have a brighter future. And it's unknowable. No matter what decision you make, there's always a risk, whether it's whether you think it's a good risk. Sometimes things just go wrong. You can't predict the future or the way other people behave. So it's just, you try to take healthy risks and learn from your past. Take this knowledge, use it for wisdom. So, what is our guide, Spirit? What's going to guide us if we stay on the sacred path, do our healing? Okay, wow, that one really flew out. So, this is the 3 of water. So let's see what she says. There's 3 fish in this. She's looking to the right. It's like these, I don't know if they're like leather ties that she's kind of wrapped and bound with, but they're like flowing in the water current. So 3 of emotion. Let 3 of emotion be your guide. Oops. So 3 of water is let satisfaction, pleasure, and joy, hopefulness, anticipation be your guide. Otherwise, you get stuck in attachment, expectation, and disappointment. So, if you're not allowing satisfaction, pleasure, joy, hopefulness, and anticipation, you have those unhealthy attachments, you have expectations, and you're going to be disappointed because you have unrealistic expectations of yourself and what others are supposed to be and who you expect them to be. And you're going to be pleasantly disappointed because you are not focusing on your own satisfaction, what you need to do to feel pleasure and joy and hopeful. So celebrate your own victories and other people's victories with them. Take satisfaction from your endeavors. Look to the future with anticipation. Your success will continue. A rewarding outcome. an exciting future. Free yourself from unrealistic expectations. Allow the outcome to manifest freely. So if you're trying to control it and manipulate everything and tell everybody where to go and how they're supposed to be and, run the show, then you're not manifesting freely. You're being a control freak. So, that might just be something to be mindful of, that you have to free yourself from unrealistic expectations of yourself, because you're only human, and unrealistic expectations of others because they're only human too. And we all make mistakes. And we all feel disappointed sometimes in ourselves and others. We all have expectations of others and ourselves, and we all fall short. So release that so that you can have more satisfaction, pleasure, and joy. That's your guide for the day. What is our expression? What's the energy expression for this collective if they're mindful of not having unhealthy expectations? And okay. This guy's back today with his busted up eye, looking in the mirror. Aren't I pretty? He's so pretty. So Ivy. He's the Four of Water. So when you don't have those unrealistic expectations of yourselves and others, you allow yourself to heal. You reconnect with your youthful spirit. You turn your knowledge into some wisdom. You allow your rebirth. Let the old die away and sweep it away. And then release those unhealthy attachments and expectations so that you can have the Four of Water, which is confidence, awareness, self-acceptance, forgiving of yourself and forgiving of others, self-belief that you are deserving. You're deserving of love and the things that you dream of. And that way you can be receptive and receive your blessings. And there are consequences for that. Not everybody's going to be happy for you when you're shining and they're not. So just remember that you're beautiful and be aware of your weaknesses, but focus on your strengths. A mistake is an opportunity to learn. Love yourself for who you are. Let go of the ideal of perfection. Happiness at another's expense. The emotional cost of your actions. A need to forgive yourself. So, in order to have confidence, awareness, and self-acceptance, you need to forgive yourself. That way you can believe in yourself and have self-belief that you are deserving, that you are beautiful. We all make mistakes. It's part of being human. It's part of spiritual growth. To let go of perfectionism of yourself and the desire for other people to be perfect. You can't expect somebody else to be something that you're not even modeling. So, I always find that is funny. I'm probably guilty of that too. We expect out of others what we're not even bringing to the show. So, you have to be it to see it. So if you can't even be what you're expecting of others, it's bullshit. So on the bottom, I think that's the Nine of Earth. But let me make sure. Yeah, Nine of Earth. So on the bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Earth, which is altruism, generosity, charity, giving, receiving, selflessness, benevolence, humility, and self-love. So, placing too much value on possessions. Support a worthy charitable cause. Give away all that is no longer needed. Give without bias or expectation, which is real love. Heal self by helping others. Sweep the skeletons out of your closet. Charity begins with you. Address any health concerns. So I'm working on that today. I need to get into the chiropractor and the eye. I have a whole slew of shit that I need to get done that I haven't had time to do, or I've procrastinated. So chipping away at it little bits at a time. Sometimes it can be really overwhelming, especially when you're starting at ground zero after your life has taken a big tanky shit. So, oh, nowhere to go but up from here, you know? It's getting better. So, underneath the 9 of Earth is desire. Desire, wants, dreams, ambitions, goals, price, gestation, manifestation, consequences, and selflessness. Your most wanted. Degree of desire. Desire compels action. Make another attempt. Great expectations, great disappointment. Ground your desires in reality. What you desire will have a price. Wishful thinking. Evaluating and reevaluating our desires. Let your conscience be your guide. To desire something at the expense of another. Selfish desires mirror a lack within. So, and here's this gal giving you a gift. Like, come on, here you go. Here's your gift from Spirit. Take it. Take your gift. Come on. So, this is the 6 of water. Kindness, concern, sympathy, and compassion. Understanding, forgiveness, love, and ideals. The ideal of kindness and compassion. See all that is good and pure in humanity. Strive to be better. Embrace healthy boundaries. Accept that you will falter. Overcome obstacles with gentle determination. Do not meet aggression with aggression. Be kind and walk away. So that's a good reminder. So you can be like this guy, smiling, all happy, hair blowing in the wind, with your chakras lit up and the dolphins jumping, all happy. And look what's underneath him, the Fire Queen. So, anyway, have a good day. I hope that you found this message helpful. Please like, subscribe, and share if you found this helpful. I hope you go out and do something today that makes your heart smile and make others smile. So hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Peace. Mother Lover out. Have a good day.